Lamine Yamal cuts inside, it's pushed away by Campbell. First sight of goal that the teenagers have. Early pressure here from Barcelona as Fermin Lopez goes down.
Yeah, slipped by Fermin Lopez. That's a warning, isn't it, for Bentamani? You cannot let this kid with the ball chop inside onto his left foot. Show him onto his right, away from the goal. Once you let him inside, it spells danger once he opens the pitch up. Just a simple drop of the shoulder sends the Dortmund left back all over the place.
You and I walked over to the stadium, of course, saw lots of Barcelona supporters, and no doubt he was getting the most of the shirts with his name printed on the back. Lamine Yamal, what an impact he's made at this club in such a short space of time. He gets on the ball again here. Bentamani has come out to meet him. Lovely play by Lamine Yamal. Such a tight angle, but he couldn't resist the effort.
They got caught up in the moment. Lewandowski made a beautiful run. This is nice skill. Gets a little bit of fortune. But look at Lewandowski there. Why doesn't he just roll it on a plate for the big number 9 to have a tap in? But he goes for glory, trying to whip it round. Lewandowski's on the front post. This is the alien opportunity. Simple enough for the keeper.
He certainly looks in the mood, doesn't he? Lamine Yamal. Pratt. Borussia. Into finds Kittens. Such a joy to watch, isn't he?
He's got chops inside onto his left foot. Don't let him do that.
Inigo Martinez. Rafinha. Pedri. Rafinha gets the return. Fermin Lopez in the box.
Oh!
Good save by Campbell.
There's 3 good chances in 7 minutes. It could be a long, long night. Again, so easy to cut through. Rafinha yet again pulls it back to Lewandowski, gets a good connection on it. Thankfully, it was straight at the keeper, right down the middle of the goal.
But there's real pressure from Barcelona in the early stages here. The home side looking to force the issue. Plenty in the 6-yard box here. Pedri. Rafinha with the chance to cross. Chested away, but only to Lamine Yamal, who couldn't get that ball on target.
Really bright start from Barcelona. Barca well on top. He comes out of his box already, trying to change the way they play. I don't know why they want to play out from the back, not when they're under pressure, get up the field.
Talked about the need naturally to defend well tonight, but he did say Kovac feels that Barcelona have weaknesses that can be exploited. Chukwuemeka inside to Brett. Borussia. Kittens with Kirasi waiting in the box. Dortmund have a corner.
It's better. Barca's weaknesses are in defence, aren't they? Because Owen and Karen spoke about it before. They play such a high line. Their risk-reward strategy is working at this moment in time. But then you've got a physical presence like Kirasi up there, and you've got Kittens, and you've got Mandagami. Pace to burn.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it?
Just keep putting the ball over the top. You don't want to do it blind. Anything in midfield, stick it over the top. Because they are quicker than the Barca defence.
Let's see what Dortmund can do with this corner kick there first of the game. Almost 9 minutes gone. Behind harmlessly.
There's the skill by Lamine Yamal. Then Savani does get a foot on it.
He's been struggling a little bit of late with a groin problem. Ben Savani, he wouldn't want to be not 100% fit getting up against Lamine Yamal. Kubasi.
And if you see, I don't know whether it's going to stay like that, but they switch fullbacks. Ben Savani got to right back. And Anton's come to left back. Whether it stay like that or whether it's just happened to after the corner. They have swapped again. Ben Savani come back again over here to mark Lamine Yamal.
Barca now 22 games unbeaten. It's stunning form that they're in. They've won 18 of those games. Chasing a potential treble of trophies, just like their great rivals Real Madrid are. But I don't know what happened to them last night. It's dominated the papers in Spain today, as you'd expect.
They mucked it under here in Barcelona. Real Madrid were absolutely battered last night. They're in the good proper by Arsenal. They put in an outstanding performance. So the Barcelona fans are already joyful coming to the game. The local sports papers were full of it with the front page Real Madrid get destroyed. Forget Barca playing this evening.
And one of the headlines in Marca was Real Madrid sank by Rice's cannon.
Yeah.
Girassi is certainly somebody that Barca are going to have to keep quiet. Scored twice against them in the league phase fixture. Great record in this competition, 12 goals in 16 games. Pedro. Dion. Rafinha. Ade on the outside, and it was Riasson who slid it. Dion. Inigo Martinez. Kubasi to Jokunde. Fergie Lopez. And Savani. Lamine Yamal. Rafinha. Played back by Anton to Kobe. Down the Dortmund are the underdogs here, but something perhaps in their favour is freshness since returning from the international break. They've played twice. Barca played 4 times. It's been a really congested fixture list for Barcelona. Kunde getting forward. Fergie Lopez to his right, up to go to his left instead, and Lewandowski. Girassi waiting in the middle. Adiemi is in there too. Turn towards Adiemi. Chukwuemeka was there and it was cleared by Kubasi. Anton. Kubasi, just 18 years old. He returned to the team in January. He's now playing.
It's going to be on the goal for you. He messes everybody else up, doesn't he, the age?
into Barcelona's play. Balde occupies the wide area and Rafinha's allowed them to come inside.
And also when they drop off the centre defenders are leaving them. The centre defenders are just dropping and allowing Lewandowski and Rafinha to pop off them.
Yes, he looks like it, and nearly did.
Offside. He's thinking about being actually, sometimes he just floats offside. He's looking across the line, he can see. He's offside, he's offside, he's offside, he's offside, he's still offside. I'm sure he can see that. They're the type of positions he needs to pick up. He just has to be more aware of the surroundings. He does it well.
Ever present for club and country this season. Koundé's got such an engine on. Never seems to get tired. That's a nice ball to get it behind them.
It's pace, is he? And they jam. He gets across, looks up the danger. Thankfully, the ball was always curling in towards the centre defender to allow him the opportunity.
I feel he's got a bit of a point to prove tonight, Emre Can, because rather fell out of favour in the German side when Hansi Flick was in charge. Pedri will play this in. Alecato, Rafinha. Can they counter here, Dortmund? They can't because of
He wasn't in the foul either.
challenge by Balde.
What's the problem if it's not a foul? He's ready to dive. Is that a foul or not?
It's Chukwuemeka who's down.
It's just he stands on his foot. It's a foul. Missed one, the referee. He's missed one.
Well, there was a real threat there. There was that there, wasn't there? Anton. He's been talking about Barca's progress as a team this season, says it hasn't been easy, and the results they've been getting, the performances we've been seeing are down to very hard work, was the way that he put it. They're so easy on the eye, aren't they?
Great, and I've spoken to a lot this year actually, I spoke to them at the beginning of the season when they beat Valencia. And of course there was a lot of conjecture around about who they can bring in, and there was lots of internal problems and injuries. Loads of young, they had 3 17-year-olds at the start of the season. So the fact that he's manipulated their way to where they are, winning the Super Cup of ease and now top of the league and favoured for this competition, he's done an incredible job, as I always said before, in the studio.
Balde found by Rafinha, and he's got for the return. Well, there were 3 in the box there. There's no chances taken by Ben Sabani, but again the threat coming down the left. Alejandro Balde getting into an advanced position, combining with Rafinha.
He's flying, isn't he, Rafinha?
To take them by surprise.
Hey.
That was too close.
Rafinha just comes off the back of the goal and back onto the pitch and receives that free kick in that corner.
Referee just holding up the play here.
Yeah, he has a little kick out of Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong just stands in front of him, gives him a little nudge and then a little kick. You see Rafinha behind the goal. It's almost a form of cheating look. Comes up, receives the pass. As if that would have been a goal. I don't even know what the rules are for entering the pitch like that behind the goal.
Cute, wasn't it?
I wonder if VAR would have got involved in that. I don't know what the rules are for once.
I see back here to Stensky. Shows inside. Now he goes on the outside, it opened up the space just for a moment.
It may have been offside then. Rafinha, lovely run again by Balde. Niko Kovac has to get a grip on that side of the pitch. He just skates past everybody. He's probably just offside actually. Tight, but it's far too easy for the left back just to career forward at every opportunity.
He's a player who works so well in Flick's high intensity, high risk system. Alejandro Valde, who's a youth graduate here at Barcelona, joined the club when he was 8. There's so much talk, wasn't there, when they're going through their financial problems, Barcelona, about pulling levers and all those things we heard about. It's their youth system that's, whilst they have brought players in at a young age as well, that some of them get back to prominence where they would expect to be.
Back to prominence, they're still a mess financially. When you look into it, you read about the problems that they have. We still have them, and will have them for a number of years. So to bring people in through the door is going to be nigh on impossible.
Berlin Lopez. Inigo Martinez. Can they look left? Valde. And by Berlin Lopez. That's the long here of Koundé. Calmly done by Chukwuemeka. Ayemi. Splits it up towards Julian Brandt. Martinez. Marcus has that ability to find space. So many of these Barcelona players do. In fact, I would say it's a key part of their overall strength as a team is finding space.
Yeah. And also their ability to receive the ball in tight areas marked at times by the opponents, and their ability just to drop the shoulder, turn left, turn right. Their confidence with the ball is exceptional. That's definitely a trademark that they've always had, going back to the Iniestas, the Busquets, the Xavis, always comfortable on the ball.
I'll be really glad that whistle there. So they looked under threat, Dortmund.
Yeah, there's nothing in that, it was fine, wasn't it? It's a bit stiff, yeah, it's okay. Doesn't get the man really, gets the ball, wins the ball. As you said, bit of a breather for Dortmund. And then they properly give it right back to Barcelona, sloppy by Girassi.
Just too much on that from Lamine Yamal. Anton played so well in central defence for Stuttgart last season as they reached the Champions League, but they're going to have to keep the ball much better. Dortmund is just going to get pressure found by Benzema against Lamine Yamal. That's for a yellow card.
You can't do that, Lamine. Well, you can't do that in Europe, it looks like. You certainly can't do it in La Liga or the Premier League.
Martinez. Pedri, who seems to be available, trying to seek out Lamine Yamal.
Bit of frustration by Adeyemi, but it wasn't anything that really wasn't. It knocks it over his head. Comes in, puts an arm across him. I mean, obviously he pulls his hair, so he didn't see that first time around.
I don't know how he thought he was going to get out of that.
I know. I didn't see him pull his hair. I just thought he bumps into the back of him. But it is a yellow card, so can't be doing that.
It's a free kick in a great position as well.
Oh.
Champions League goal.
Yeah, it'll count. Inigo Martinez in the far post heads it back to a central defensive partner. You see the far post, he's onside. Simple head back. Kubasi, outstretched right foot, squares it past Cormel to give Barca a deserved 1-0 lead. Nice, cute finish. Was he trying to steal it? Is he Rafinha? I don't know whether he was.
I think he might have nicked that, you know.
No, I think he does, but I don't know whether he was onside. I can't see him at the bar post.
It's being checked.
Yeah, I was going to say it was fine if he never touched it. That's you stealing it off your mate. That's okay. Imagine being offside for him stealing that. Why is he sticking that in there?
Well, it would have been Pau Kubasi's first Champions League goal, but in touching that, as Rafinha made a major error here, well, that is a nervous smile, I would suggest. Because, as we just said, Steve, this is really, really tight.
Incredibly tight.
There's no need for him to touch it either.
Offside, man.
That's the greed of the centre forwards, that is, the goal scorers. He's got 11 in this competition. He wanted 12.
Ah!
He probably doesn't know that's not his goal.
The top scorer in the Champions League then is credited with the goal, but that was one nervous wait for Rafinha.
He is walking a fine line, isn't he? He is walking a fine line. Let's hope that's
He's on a yellow, man.
He's had none of it, but he's already on a yellow for something stupid, pulling hair.
Well, of course, Steve, his manager, Kovac, if he's realised that that free kick was given for pulling someone's hair, and he's going to get a bit of grief when he gets in the dressing room as well, because it's led to the goal from which Barcelona lead. And he's on his...
Well, you know, one more foul and he's off now. Even if it's a silly foul, he will be off. He's already touched the ball. Yeah, he's committed about 5 different fouls. Here's the goal again. Lovely ball, far post. Then he got Martinez, poked by Kubasi, and this is how close he is.
I have to say, I thought it was even tighter.
So did I. And I have no idea why he's poking it in from there. But you can see the whole goal. He knows the ball's going in the net.
So he gets his 12th Champions League goal of the season. Rafinha, his 17th goal contribution in this season's Champions League. Barca's record is 19. Of course, you know, it's Messi who said that, but it just shows you how good Rafinha has been in the season competition, that he's too shy of that record, and we're only in the quarterfinals. It's a big few minutes this for Dortmund, Steve, isn't it?
Yeah, not like him. He could have had another touch and put in Lewandowski instead. Rafinha was probably the wrong ball. Nor his decision making. The youngster is excellent. Not then.
If you're Kubasi, what do you say to Rafinha at half time? I mean, nick your goal.
Well, if you're going to win the game, it's going to be fine. You go crazy. There's absolutely no need for it. Do you know what I mean? If it was Leeds, somebody stole it. That's Leeds in a home goal. You can see the pitch. You know it's going in the net, and you're stuck it over.
mention. Girassi through the middle, Adiemi to the left. Gibbons is forward as well. Here's the last touch over there. It's a goal kick. It's given. Another big night of European action ahead of us tomorrow. Lots of British interest in the Europa League and the Conference League. Chelsea at Legia Warsaw, where it'll be an amazing atmosphere. Rangers against Athletic Club in Glasgow. Tottenham have got a tough task against Frankfurt in London. Of course, Manchester United at France, where they'll take on Lyon. Interesting war of words between Nemanja Matic and Andre Onana ahead of that game. All live on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus. Fermin Lopez. Oh, Anton misjudged that.
Yeah, lovely position by Fermin Lopez. Snapshot. Lewandowski, and here's the ball.
It's a lovely touch, isn't it?
Lovely touch. Until that happens.
Stolen on the line.
Stolen on the line.
Good chest out by Girassi. Chukwuemeka. Barcelona have got the decision here.
It's keep Barcy down, challenged by Chukwuemeka. There's nothing in that. When he gets the touch away, Chukwuemeka, it's just his follow through. Give Barcelona the foul. You can see what Nico Kovac is up about.
I think that's the point he's making, isn't it? Yeah.
I think on the wrong end, there's some very strange decisions by this referee.
He was pretty bullish yesterday in his press conference. Kovac said that they'd come to win the game on the night. It's all about, I guess, from a Dortmund perspective, when you think how good Barcelona have been, but it's about staying in the tie.
Yeah, that's all it is. The underdogs in this tie, it's getting something to take home back for Dortmund.
Well, given away by Benzema, and that could spell trouble. Rafinha with Balde getting in advance of him. Lewandowski shows inside.
Poor ball just behind Lewandowski, couldn't take it in his stride.
Pedri, who says he's never enjoyed his football as much as he is right now. It's the best moment of his career so far, says Pedri.
Yeah. But we speak about the front three. The B8, the man on the ball at the moment, he's the best player they've got. Just keeps everything ticking over. Lovely player. I mean, he was the child superstar, wasn't he? And then he got that really long-term injury which set him back a little bit, but he's back now. He's been excellent this year for Barcelona.
And still only 22
Yeah.
as well.
It's the thing with Kubarsi, with Casino, with Lamine Yamal, you lose one.
Adiemi will hit it. Come out here to Chukwuemeka. Threat from Dortmund. And that's stepped out. Here comes Barcelona now on the counter. Lamine Yamal. But he looked to try and pick out Rafinha. He did.
Oh!
The effort on target.
That's how simple and how quick it can change. Dortmund on the attack. Really poor ball to allow Barca to break. And then inches away from Rafinha wrapping his foot around it. Brilliant by Lamine Yamal yet again, direct. Running at the defenders, getting them backing off.
Chukwuemeka takes it on and looked to find Girassi. Balde came across. I just thought for a moment there that Chukwuemeka might take that on himself. But I've got to say, Steve, it's not been a bad reaction from Dortmund to the goal.
No, Dortmund have got opportunities. They find the ball and the decision making is just lacking, that's all it is. They're just not playing to their strengths at the moment.
They took it away from Adeyemi. Then Samani. Adeyemi. Good challenge by De Jong. Just about kept that in. This turn by Jules Koundé. It's one play by Emre Can. And then begins to Girassi. Completely misjudged it.
What an opportunity.
Great chance.
It's falling to the right person. Emre Can, Julian Brandt's working really well. He's onside. Jules Koundé's playing him onside. Oh. Doesn't want to see a replay of that. It's a hell of a chance, isn't it?
Talked about how he can get caught offside quite a bit, but he's timed it perfectly there, hasn't he? Aston Villa have taken the lead against Paris Saint-Germain. The informed Morgan Rogers has got the goal there.
Wow. What a start for Villa that if they can hold on.
He's brilliant to watch, isn't he, Morgan Rogers?
Yeah, he's in superb form. Danny Olmo in the crowd.
Ter Stegen there too.
As well, yeah, long-term injury for the keeper.
Not a happy man right now, Hansi Flick, despite the fact his side are in front. Just a reminder, we've got live Premier League for you from the Etihad Saturday lunchtime. Manchester City chasing a Champions League place up against the FA Cup semi-finalist Crystal Palace, so I think are a great watch at the moment. They won't cause City problems. Yeah, good game to watch there. Anton. Inigo Martinez. Alde. It's perhaps rather unlucky not to be in the latest Spain squad. It's an ongoing campaign. It feels to getting back in there. Lovely turn by Pedri. Lamine Yamal. Brought down by Lewandowski, but taken off it by Riasson. Brandt.
That's by the referee.
Getting in the way, stopping the play as a result. Touch was a bit off there, wasn't it, from the ref?
Yeah, he should have just let it run and then take it on his left foot.
Brandt, they could probably do Dortmund with getting more involved, going towards Girassi, but far too close to the goalkeeper. Ridiculous record that Wojciech Szczęsny has in goal for Barcelona. 20 games without defeat as a Barcelona player. Well worth coming out of retirement for that wasn't it?
It's an incredible story, isn't it? To come out of retirement.
Says he'll have absolutely no problem with Ter Stegen coming straight back in when he is fit, has been back in training, the regular number one. And Sabani, can Dortmund hit back here? Chukwuemeka tried to slip it through but couldn't quite. De Jong brings it clear. Fabio Lopez Rafinha's on his way. And there's the pass. Lewandowski waits in the box. Rafinha! Lewandowski! Too easy in the end for Kovac.
Rafinha chops inside onto his right foot. I think he's going to have a pop on goal. Whether he just wasn't confident enough with his right foot, I don't know. Trying to intricate pass to Lewandowski. He's inside the penalty area, I think, or just on the edge.
Adiemi found by Chukwuemeka. Adiemi up against Kunde. Chukwuemeka with the shot. And Gibbs is in there too. But they are creating chances here, Dortmund.
Yeah, that's what Adiemi should do. Use his pace. It's Kubasi. Gets the block, and that's just the poor effort. Simple enough for Chesney. Here's the Lewandowski overhead kick. Never trouble with the keeper, but it's better. A bit more direct.
Oh, lovely touch by Lamine Yamal. Villa's lead didn't last long. PSG equalising after Morgan Rogers had put Villa in front in Paris. So all square there. Barca a goal to the good here. Rafinha credited with the goal, having nicked it on the line from Pau Kubasi. It's kept in by Anton. David Lopez.
Hey, man.
Lamine Yamal. Kunde, the pressure from
Adiemi.
As we said earlier, has got to be so careful, having already been booked and been given another warning as well. Rafinha. Matias to De Jong. Balde. Bassi. Lamine Yamal. So impressive about this Barca side is how they can hurt you in so many different ways. They can build up the players they're looking to do here. They can go more direct. They can move the ball forward quickly with few touches. So versatile as a team. Pedri, Balde. Patient in possession at the moment here for inside. Rafinha. Pedri. Rafinha. Bassi. Lamine Yamal. Concentration important here for Dortmund. Certainly want to keep it tight ahead of half time. So the last couple of minutes of this first half. Danger here. Lamine Yamal. Rafinha. David Lopez.
Also, the man who was on the side. And for me, it takes the wrong option really.
Will Koval with the clearance. Gittins. Here at TNT Sports, we're supporting the Disasters Emergency Committee's Myanmar earthquake appeal. Please text TNT Sports to 70727 to donate £10, with the whole £10 going to the appeal. The UK government will match pound for pound up to £5 million donated by the public to this appeal. Millions across the region in urgent need of food, shelter and medical care. Please donate if you can. Amy with a chance to cross. Girassi apply the touch. And you know what, Steve? It looks like they're going to go in at half-time and go down here, Dortmund, but they have certainly carved out openings.
That's another great chance. He just take his eye off it. Yes, he does. I know he's scored a lot of goals this year in this Champions League, but he has to do better, doesn't he? He's had two wonderful opportunities. In a game like this where chances are few and far between for Dortmund, he has to put one away.
So a minimum of 60 seconds added time at the end of the half. Girassi on the return.
Oh, it's a net.
And into the side, netting it.
I don't know whether he was offside then. Let's have a look here. No, he's onside, he takes it well. Kvassi's gambling. That was nice actually, his chop inside was really nice play. Just a bit of a snapshot from the side there.
There's a huge admirer of the centre forward at the other end of the pitch tonight, Robert Lewandowski. Girassi says he rates Lewandowski in the top 3 centre forwards of all time. The half-time whistle goes, and whilst it is Barcelona who'll go in and go to the goals courtesy of Rafinha's effort on the line, which he rather nipped off Pau Kubasi. Dortmund have had openings, chances have fallen the way of Serhu. Girassi in particular, been rather wasteful in front of goal. We'll get the half-time thoughts of Karen Carney and Owen Hargreaves with Lindsay in a moment, but at the break in Spain, it is Barcelona 1, Dortmund 0.
This program is brought to you by MasterCard, UEFA Champions League, official sponsor.
TNT Sports, powered by Mitre.
When you go into that crucible, you need to expect pressure, tension. You can hear a pin drop.
Listen to that roar.
It's all about nerve now. He's
score. 10 goals he's got in the competition.
That one that felt over his head and he just completely misses it. Fresh air shot. That was an incredible opportunity for him. He should be scoring from there, or certainly getting it on target.
Borussia. Twice on the losing side in Champions League finals, Borussia. And with Liverpool, here's Julian Brandt. Matcher, his first start tonight since January. It's a good run this, and it was much wide in the end. The effort from Gittins, bit of intent from Dortmund.
Yeah, better. Cutting in from the left, where Adeyemi's just departed the pitch. Chesney saw it all the way. At least something positive from Gittins. Starting the second half, getting ready to press Dortmund.
It's the first time, by the way, that two English players have started a Champions League knockout game for a non-English side since Jonathan Woodgate and David Beckham for Real Madrid back in 2006. Gittins and Chukwuemeka starting tonight for Dortmund. Rafinha looking to combine with Balde. Touched back by an fresh on Bayer. Header inside by Girassi. Pedri now for Barcelona. Lamine Yamal. Koundé points where he wants it. Lamine Yamal with the ball.
Ai,
It's a second. Right at the start of the second half. It's a lovely move. It's what we come to expect of this
minha
Barcelona.
mano.
And Robert Lewandowski was on the end of it against one of his former clubs.
Yeah, the trying to top. All involved in the goal, and it comes from sloppy Borussia Dortmund play in the centre of the pitch. They get Chukwuemeka with a flick, loses the ball, Pedri's onto it. Lamine Yamal cutting inside like this again, beautiful ball to Rafinha, which is the unselfish thing this side. It's a cross goal for Robert Lewandowski to have one of the easiest finishes he's going to ever have against his old team. Barca 2 up. Cruise control.
The nightmare start to the second half for Dortmund. But it's the Predator Supreme, Robert Lewandowski, with the goal. That's 28 goals in 28 games against Dortmund for Lewandowski. There's no team that he's played more against and no team that he's scored more goals against.
Yeah, and if you go back far enough, Adam, you couldn't see it in the replay. It's Dortmund giving the ball away, criminally giving the ball away in the centre of the pitch, and absolutely capitalised by Barca. Ruthless from them.
Borussia. Brandt. Into touch by Mitchell. What a season he's having. Even Diego Simeone ahead of a game against Atletico congratulated Robert Lewandowski on the campaign that he's having. Already a Champions League winner with Hansi Flick at Bayern. And his 104th Champions League goal. Let's see what sort of reaction we get here from Dortmund. I mean, I go back to what I said in the first half. Staying in the tie here is so critically important for Dortmund. Yeah, down for Barcelona as it's put into touch. Because it would be easy for him to get away from them.
It would be. He's not happy. Robert Lewandowski. Let's see if he is tackled from behind. Oh, yes, he is. It's a foul. Right through the back of him. Poleaxed. Too much of a pun, is that, Adam, I think. But yeah, he's up anyway. He's up anyway, love it. There's his goal. Easy one for him. Keeps on rolling on. Rafinha, Lewandowski. A battle between them to see who's top goal scorer this year's Champions League in states like this.
22 goals between them now this season in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's a lovely goal, actually, that one, wasn't it? It's a beautiful ball by Lamine Yamal. Once he chops into it onto his left foot, we've seen him just whip it into the top corner on many occasions. This time, he feints and he floats a fantastic cross to Rafinha. Well worth goal between the three of them again. And as you said, Borussia Dortmund cannot let this get away from them.
Lewandowski goes down against the free kick. And Anton saying he was pulling my shirt. PSG turned it around against Aston Villa. Borussia has got the goal there. Morgan Rogers had initially put Villa a goal up, but PSG equalised in the first half, and now Borussia, the goal that's put the Parisians in front.
And it's the same message to Aston Villa, isn't it? They've been well on top PSG. Aston Villa need to stay in the tie now. Backs against the wall, opening plans.
Well, the boys here in Barcelona. Barca looking to press home their advantage. Lewandowski, Emre Can. Again, it's another case where people don't keep it well enough.
Yeah, I mean, Girassi frustrates me. He made a run. Emre Can sees it, picks the ball up. Yes, he may have hit it too hard. But Girassi stops mid-run before he's even received the ball. He has to improve the centre forwards. Yes, he scores goals, but his overall play has to be better. Has to become more of a threat.
It's interesting, he did an interview recently, Girassi, which caught my eye because he said, I wasn't born a goal scorer. Unusually, you get a centre forward and say that, but he was making the point, he said, I wasn't born a goal scorer, I've become one, because he actually began as a centre half, then moved into midfield and eventually became a centre forward. An unusual thing for a striker to say.
Well, maybe he's just learning his trades. I don't want to be harsh on him. But in times like this, quarter-finals with the big boys, you need to do more than what he's done this evening. Pau Cubarsi's only a young lad, inexperienced at this level. He has to threaten him, he has to try and bully him, overpower him.
Emre Can. Nice touch that time, Brandt made it early. Chukwuemeka, Gittens with Girassi waiting in the box. Bit of a waste that. Lamine Yamal up against Spencer Mike. Space down the left.
I mean, how much confidence has this kid got? I mean, he's frightening, isn't he?
Doesn't turn 18 until July. He still goes to school.
Incredible, isn't it? I mean, his play is amazing at this moment in time. You shouldn't put him in that same conversation, but he's definitely better than Leo was at this age, wasn't he? Something special.
Balde and Rafinha had made the run, and the pass was intended to find it, and out came Kobe. Anton. goal threat well documented. I have to say, I know they've given up some chances tonight, but they can defend well. 8 clean sheets across their last 14 games in all competitions. There is a balance about them, isn't there?
Yeah. I think early on in the campaign and early on in La Liga, Hansi Flick's high line that everybody kept talking about was more visible. I think they have dropped a little bit. They don't take as many chances. They certainly haven't done tonight. I remember watching them play Barcelona in the group stages, and it was a crazy game how high both teams were. But I actually haven't noticed it that much this evening with Barca. I think they have given themselves a little couple of yards more. And they do look a little bit more secure. But I don't think Bayern have been, I don't think Dortmund have been really at it this evening.
Valde with the ball through, Lewandowski looked to latch onto it, and Borussia came into a central position to take it away from him. Good defending there. Lamine Yamal. Fermin Lopez. Chukwuemeka. An important touch there. Ben Sibani puts it into touch. To say for all their problems over recent seasons, Dortmund have shown a lot of resilience in this competition. Going to need that now. Lamine Yamal. Koundé with the cross. Borussia with the header clear. And they just can't get it away. Lewandowski. De Jong. Fermin Lopez. Valde. Inigo Martinez, good ball. Nice turn by De Jong. Lovely football this by Barcelona, but too close to the goalkeeper. I was mentioning the resilience Dortmund have shown in the Champions League. They've only lost one of their last 8 games in the knockout stages, and that was the final last season. Maximilian Bayer. Valde. Kadri with the ball out wide. Koundé. Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
He's looking for Rafinha. Borussia got ahead on that, helped on its way by Anton, and then in turn Ben Sabini. Chukwuemeka. Borussia. What are you thinking, Steve, if you're in the position of Nico Kovac right now?
We just have to be more compact. They certainly can't lose the ball like they have done, that we've seen previously. It feels as if Barcelona could go and score again. They have to be more secure with the ball in the centre of the park, and they can't be as wide as they have been. I'd almost be shutting up shop if I was Nico Kovac. Concede and score. Just let the forwards do the damage to 2 or 3 of them, but I'd be keeping 7 plus the goalkeeper 8 back. Because if this goes to 3, the game has gone. With 2, we've got a chance.
Fermin Lopez. Rafinha. Just past the hour mark. Rafinha and Lewandowski with the goals. Barca's 2 top scorers in the Champions League this season. 22 between them now. Bayer. Girassi. Mecha.
See, that ball could have gone over the top there, Mecha. See how high they are, Barcelona, right up to the halfway line. They need to get back onside, but any type of possession from Dortmund in the centre of the park, just put it over the top, let the forwards have a run onto it. Test Kubarsi out, test Martinez out, how quick are they? It hasn't happened at all, everything's to feet in front of the defenders.
That has surprised me.
Yeah, so it's been quite easy to monitor and to keep away from the goal. Nothing's just gone over the top. As I said, just do it blindly, receive, open up over the top, and hope that your centre forward tunes in with you and running forward. Because once they come towards the ball, they're not good enough to turn and get at the defenders.
Oh, beautifully done by Dion. He's full of confidence, isn't he? Pedri. Lamine Yamal. Barca hunting a third and looking to get it in style. Lamine Yamal. Kunde. Flamine Lopez. Frankie de Jong. Rafinha. Cleared by Ben Sabani. Girassi. Asked a lot of fire.
That was quick as well. Talking about nearly to life for him. Crowd singing his name.
To think he could win the Champions League less than a year after he retired.
Super Cup, Champions League, La Liga.
All given away cheaply, and it's Fabi Lopez.
Oh!
How close was that?
You said it, Adam. Give it away cheaply. You said it. That's disappointing, that, isn't it? Chan, he should have scored. Actually, comes off the post. It's unfortunate for Fernando Lopez. He does pull it slightly, but it hits the post. Now they're trying to play out from the back, which is crazy, before booting it. It's
Lewandowski. And still, Koeman with the save. Lewandowski again. Hanging on a bit here, aren't they, Dortmund?
that Lewandowski shot from Dortmund playing out from the back.
Pedri. Such an energy and an intensity here about Barcelona. And Dortmund at times are struggling to live with them.
Yeah. But it's their own fault. It's actually quite amateurish, really.
Lamine Yamal twisting Ben Sabani inside and out. And it's Fabi Lopez. Great block. And then over. They must be wondering how on earth they've not got a third here.
Yeah. Fernando Lopez trying to place that. Good turn by Chan. Lovely play by Lamine Yamal. Right foot, chucking inside. Falls to Lopez. Hits Chan. And then smashes that over the bar. Lopez has had 3 opportunities in the space of a minute. Only just over the bar, actually. They're hanging on, aren't they? They're hanging on. Dortmund in this tie. I mean, forget the game.
Such a sense of hope with this Barcelona team, perhaps bordering on expectation that they can reach the semi-finals for the first time since 2019. Of course, it's almost a decade now since they last won the trophy when they beat Juventus in Berlin.
That was a team, wasn't it? That was a team and a half.
Now looked it up actually. Ter Stegen, Alves, Piqué, Mascherano, Alba, Rakitic, Busquets, Iniesta, Messi, Suarez and Neymar. Not bad. Girassi with the touch. And now they can counter and they'll the pace. Fermin Lopez. He's got the return. And Rafinha's in the middle. And Lewandowski! Finds it free. So swift on the counter. Dortmund could not live with them. And it's Robert Lewandowski who does the damage again.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Dortmund giving the ball away, albeit in the Barcelona penalty area. And in the break of an eye, it's 90 yards down the other end of the field, the back of the net. This is lovely. Look at your man. Just give me in, just give me in. It's fine. But who was Fermin Lopez? The answer is nobody. Runs off the defender, picks Lewandowski out. Lewandowski's got his arms out. Seconds before, tell me where I want it. I want it there. And he just smashed it past goal. Absolutely no chance. Barca, absolutely terrific. Terrific. 2 substitutions for Nico Kovac and Borussia Dortmund, but I think it could be too late.
The master marksman does it again for Barcelona. Chukwuemeka brought off. Mecha brought off. Onkam, Gio Reyna and Sally Özcan. But as good as this Barcelona side are, Steve, and I know that Nico Kovac should point to the fact that his side did create good chances in the first time, but for me, particularly in this last 20 minutes, they played completely into Barcelona's hands.
Played in the wrong part of the pitch. They've allowed Barca to win possession back. High up the pitch, I mean that was different, that goal. And again, it's just people running off their opponents and nobody following runners. And I haven't liked the way Borussia Dortmund have played tonight. I haven't at all. I think they've been naive, really naive, not playing to their own strengths, which is pace. And keeping the ball 70, 80 yards away from their own bloody goal.
Gissens. Still going with it, Gittins. He's found Brandt. Now this is an opportunity. Good block.
The ball away again.
Black is up. And nearly are offside.
They've been very impressive, haven't they, Barcelona? We've got a hard task for them, Borussia Dortmund this evening as Gavi gets ready. But you still have to go out and beat these teams. If you can get the job done in the first leg, go and do it. And that's how effective this Barcelona team are as they play out of that press very, very easily again. They're just not on it at all this evening.
Rafinha. Julian Brandt. Riasson. Near corner.
Opportunity possibly to get back into this game. Any type of lifeline for Dortmund. See Riasson shaking his head. Arms out. There's a lot of frustration within that team. Everybody's fouled for this one, apart from the goalkeeper. Also got everybody back. They can't pin them in, but they have to be careful if Barca do counter.
Can they find something to cling on to here? Dortmund. Spencer Miney is ready to take it, and there's a Dortmund player down in the box.
It's a great shot.
Yeah.
I think he was back on the Kubasi. Oh no, it's coming together between all of them actually. Anton Chan, Kubasi, Martinez. It's Martinez down.
Referee now wanting to speak to Emre Can and Inigo Martinez. Seems to have been waiting an age for this corner. Can Dortmund make the most of it?
There's a lot going on in the Tennessee area.
They're really busy in the box.
Oh, Lewandowski was great defensive header.
He's now on 99 Barcelona goals. Lewandowski.
Superstar.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down at 36 either.
No. Keep on going on about this Ballon d'Or because it is so open and he's got a wonderful opportunity to win it. Robert Lewandowski. He was around at the hardest time when Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo were scoring 40 and 50 goals a season. But he's up there at the moment, top of the league. He's won a Super Cup. If they do well in this competition, his name could fairly be on that.
Riasson. Bayer.
It's a foul.
Well, there's another set-piece opportunity for Dortmund. They can do with making the most of one of these.
Yes, they could. That's a shot technique. Into the penalty box, so the gap between the free kick taker, you see it there, there's a lovely area to hit it into. Hold your ground, stay on side.
They need a big moment here, Dortmund, but that is way too close to the goalkeeper.
You see the fingers off.
Yellow card for Girassi. And a change coming here for Barcelona. If we see that booking confirmed. Gavi is going to come on here.
Chances himself and looking not to get on the score sheet. But he certainly played his part tonight with excellence. Another superstar when the name comes out. Big fan favourite, Gavi.
Well, he had the journalists laughing last night in the press conference, Gavi. He said in an article I was reading in Marca today that he clearly speaks as vehemently as he plays, because he said some of his critics, I can't use one of the words that he said, but basically he said they don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, there's plenty of that, isn't there? There's plenty of that. A lot of people don't know what they're talking about. But still comment on it.
He was talking about how some people have said that he's more about intensity than technique, but I've got to say, the times I've watched him, I've not come to that conclusion.
I mean, who would say that? It's madness, isn't it? Madness.
Girassi. Gittins will keep it going, but it wasn't the greatest of passes as we head towards the final quarter of an hour. Özcan. Gittins. Bit better this for Dortmund. Gittins again. Brand played it wide. Might have stayed down for now.
Bailey's onside. Bertrand was offside. Another flag's come up. But look to your Reyes, was onside actually. The 6, Bertrand was off. You see here. Yeah, I think Gio Reyes was onside. So we should have kept the flag down.
We're talking about Lewandowski and potentially the Ballon d'Or, Steve. He's now the first player in Europe's top five leagues to score 40 goals in all competitions this campaign. He's just, I know he's playing in a top team, but that is still ridiculous, isn't
Yeah, it is. Questions were asked when he came to Barcelona so late on in his career, and the trouble that Barcelona had. But he hasn't missed a beat, has he? He hasn't missed a beat. He's played most of the time for his age. He looks after himself. Age is certainly just a number for certain footballers, and he's one of them. The fact that he scored a ton of goals again this year and is playing really well, it's all credit to him.
Brad, that was risky.
Oh. Yes. Yamal.
Stopping in the Champions League this season. The Dortmund broke wide open.
Same story, but to repeat. Dortmund lose the ball. Force the counter and score. Ruthless efficiency. And it's Rafinha to them out. Poor. Stolen, 3 on 2. I thought he went early, but actually he doesn't go early. It's pinpoint accuracy from Rafinha. Touch right. Wow, a poked, almost toe poked. Past Kerbal, but his toe poked into the back of the net. Wonderful finish, a short, composed, experienced finish from a youngster. Oh, that's a definite, beautiful finish. He meant that. It's a lovely finish. From about now. There's one team cruising through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. And this game still isn't over. They could score more. They are flying.
So Riz and Gillinson, Sulo is coming back from injury, comes on, and the 18-year-old Julian Durovia has come on as well, but there's nothing nightmares for Dortmund. There is some front three that this football club, I mean, we obviously know their pass with Messi, Suarez and Neymar, that's arguably the greatest front three of all time. Everyone can have that debate, but this front three as well is another special one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Messi, Suarez, Neymar, as you said before, and last time around, when they won against Juve, that was frightening. And these are the same. Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Yamal.
His manager, Hansi Flick, has referred to him as a genius, Lamine Yamal. That's some going to be referred to in those terms at the age of
17. And 16 scored against France in the Euros. 17 when he wins it. And he's just gone from strength to strength. And you see him here. It's as if he's played 500 games for Barcelona, the way he plays, and he carries himself with the swagger he has. This is the quarterfinals of the Champions League. The best against the best. It looks as if he's just come off the playground and he's just having a bit of fun.
That's one of his strengths, isn't it? That's the mentality. Final 10 minutes, and you can see the adulation there is here for Pedri and Lewandowski. We'll have to wait to get his 100th Barcelona goal. He's coming off, as is Inigo Martinez. Araujo coming off.
They get that the weekend, don't worry about that. You could play like a net at the weekend, so you'll score then, don't worry.
Pedri's another one, isn't he? Just a wonderful footballer.
I mean, he was exceptional in the Euros. He got that, of course, he got that injury against Germany, wasn't it? Which took them out of the rest of the competition, but he was brilliant for them. And he's been exceptional this year again.
Another wonderful night for Lewandowski. 40 goals for the season now. And you wouldn't bet against a half century, would you? Replaced here by Ferran Torres, who's a very able replacement as well. He's been full of goals of late, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. He scored against Dortmund, didn't he? In the group phase away. He certainly has chipped in a number of goals. And they're incredibly dangerous. Again, they're incredibly dangerous when they get everybody fit and well. Other substitutions being made, experienced players are out. Gavi's come on. Ferran Torres chips in the goal. I think Danny Olmo ready to come back. I mean, they've got excellent players available for them.
Rafinha with a hand in all 3 goals now. Scored 1, made 2. That's 19 goal involvements for him in the Champions League this season. That equals the club record set by Messi in the 2011-12 season. The numbers, the stats, the ridiculous numbers and stats just keep on coming for Flick's team.
Yeah, nothing like a goal involvement, is there?
Mexican wave. It's embarrassing for Dortmund though, isn't it? Could they restore a bit of respectability here, turn behind for a corner?
It's nice though. Durandil, at least he does a nice little step over and moves his shoulders a bit to get past Kunde.
Well, that's a lovely turn.
What's the save? There's a Ferran Torres with the block. Lovely by Gio Reyna. Mignolet struggling, he's played over to the bench a couple of times.
In it comes. A save. Forced there by Niklas Süle.
Unorthodox by Süle.
Just a bit of pressure here from Dortmund. Ben Sabini. Bayer. Ben Sabini. And it was Ferran Torres back defending. Dortmund, in the context of the tie, absolutely desperate for a goal here. Ben Sabini plays it in there. Girashi got his head on it, but it's a goal kick.
Yeah, it looks as if Mignolet wants to come off. Hope it's not too serious.
Just a note, by the way, to the Women's Champions League. It's just been fantastic this season. Arsenal against Lyon on Saturday the 19th of April at midday. The semi-finals, TNT Sports 1. They did it brilliantly, Arsenal, to get through to the last 4. Chelsea, another representative of the Women's Super League. They'll play Barcelona in Spain on the 20th of April. That will also be live. 4:30 that day, TNT Sports 2. There'll be 2 cracking ties.
Oh, yeah. Fati ready to come on. Good to see him back. That number on his back is weighed heavy since he took it. Hasn't really got to the heights that people expected him to. Number of injuries, of course he's been on loan. We saw him in the Premier League at Brighton. He's back. Quarter-final of the Champions League, that number 10 shirt on.
That here on Ferran Torres. If I were to ask you, Steve, if you were Dortmund, what game would you not want after being taken apart in Barcelona? What game would you not want in the Bundesliga?
As much as we just watched last night, they certainly not one bite in the Classico.
Yeah, it's exactly what they thought.
Bayern and bruised from last night, aren't they? Inter done it. pace on them last night into Milan. As you see, the wonderful Yamal goal, impish finish, little toe poke, which was meant.
So answer batting. The world at his feet, hasn't he? Lamine Yamal.
They just have to be careful, Barcelona, with them, don't they? Pedri got a bad injury, Gavi's had a bad injury, Ansu Fati's had a bad injury. They cannot overuse Yamal. They have to be careful. I know he's a superstar and they need him at times, but they have to be very careful with him. The amount of games he's played already as a 17-year-old is frightening. You don't want to see a superstar, a potential superstar, to get a serious injury.
Hansi Flick was talking about how he does ask specific things of him defensively, but he says attacking-wise, the message is just go and enjoy yourself.
Well, that's what I love about this Barca team. Yes, they've got a structure, of course they have, but they've got also a flair, and almost do what you want, which I like. Some people are coached into their lives, but Barca still got that little bit of flair and are allowed to go and play whenever they feel dangerous.
Girassi and Bayer with the chance to cross. It's a good ball too. Great block still in the middle. Another block.
Two on the bounce by Oliver Alcon. Two amazing blocks.
Just threw himself in the way of that. Great opportunities for Dortmund. And it's so strange to say this, Steve, but they've been taken apart at times tonight, Dortmund. But if you tot up all the chances and good ones that they've had in this game, there's been a lot of them.
Yeah, there has, and I still believe they haven't played to the strengths, yet they've made chances, and that's what Barca give you. They give you opportunities because of the way they play, Barca, and they're so open because they're expansive themselves, so that in effect they will always leave space for the opposition if you're brave enough and good enough to play.
Brandt,
Look at this line that he played there.
and they've been caught out here, perhaps. And Bayer! Now the flag goes up. Just for a moment, they thought they'd restored a little bit of respectability to the scoreline.
It'd be interesting though, Duranville at the far post. I mean, he doesn't need to be there, does he? Girassi, I see that because Gerassi's offside all the time. But the left winger doesn't need to be offside. He's walking right across the pitch, Adam. Why is he offside? He's the one who can stay offside because he's so far away from the ball. Is the two blocks from Araujo.
That's brilliant.
Brilliant. See, that would drive you crazy for Niko Kovac. He played the game at such a high level, that would drive you mad. People wandering offside, not following the game.
Well, here at TNT Sports, we're supporting the Disasters Emergency Committee's Myanmar earthquake appeal. Please text TNT Sports to 70727 to donate £10, with the whole £10 going to the appeal. The UK government will match pound for pound up to £5 million donated by the public to this appeal. Millions of people across the region are in urgent need of food, shelter and medical care. Please donate if you're able. Could be another one here. Sula with the ball forward. Reina. Ben Sabani's lost it. Didn't quite reach Ferran Torres as we tick down to the end of the 90 here. Full-time whistle. Well, I was going to say can't come soon enough for Dortmund, but they're desperately trying to get something to take back with them. Even if it's just the one goal that will give them that little bit.
Yeah, and the plethora of substitutions by Barca has got them a little bit dishevelled. So if there was an opportunity to exploit and try and get a goal.
A minimum of 3 minutes added time. We all know what a noise Signal Iduna Park can make, particularly the yellow wall, Steve, but if Dortmund were to turn this around, it would be one of, well, you could even argue perhaps the greatest comeback of all time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not happening, is it? I mean, I was at the Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, 4-0, 6-1. And I was also at Anfield when the new camp with Barcelona and Liverpool, but that's not happening in this time.
Urasi has got to this, just got stuck underneath his feet a little bit. Goal kicker,
Unfortunately,
Burasi, whoa!
Dortmund can't keep buying out then. Dortmund can't keep Barcelona out, that's the problem. They'll have to take chances in Dortmund next week to try and get back into this game. And Barca, in the form that they are, will just exploit every opportunity.
Of course, there is still another game to go, and I would underline that before I say this, but there is a little bit in you that starts to look forward to the possibility of a Barca-Inter semi-final, which would be really interesting to watch. Could yet be Bayern, who knows?
Yeah.
Certainly,
But what you're getting,
anyway.
what you're getting as is the top of the Spanish league against the top of the Italian league or the German league, proper Champions League semi-final football. That's what you're going to get. Arsenal are big favourites to get into the semi-final, and they'll face PSG or possibly Aston Villa. That will be sometime next week at Villa Park if it stays like this tonight, this evening.
Bayern. Just a reminder, it's Bayern in the Klassiker in Munich at the weekend for Dortmund. It's Leganes, who are relegation threatened side in La Liga for Hansi Flick's Barcelona. You'd imagine that he'll rotate for that. What's so scary about this Barca side as well is that so many of them can probably still get a lot better. The average age of their side in La Liga this season is only just over 24. It's the youngest in the division.
Yeah, when you're looking to come on, Gavi, Ansu Fati, you've got Casado who's injured at this moment, he's only young, you know,
Oh, here we go again.
Ansu Fati getting the ball away, thankfully for Dortmund. But even now they are so open, aren't they, Dortmund?
Way too open.
Causing themselves endless problems like that again, just giving the ball away.
The balance has just been all wrong, hasn't it, from Dortmund? When you consider how wide open they were for at least a couple of the goals. And there is the full-time whistle. Barcelona have won, you might argue, in the semi-finals. They haven't been that far in this competition since 2019, but they've got a massive opportunity. Some might say it's even already done this time. Lamine Yamal on the score sheet tonight, all on the front three on the score sheet. Lewandowski against one of his former clubs with a brace, taking him to 40 goals for the season. Rafinha had a hand in all 3 goals. Dortmund on the counter at times were just ripped apart. And they couldn't handle Barcelona, who are going to take some stopping in this competition. They are so good, so easy on the eye. Dortmund actually did create plenty of chances, but couldn't take any of those opportunities in either half. And no wonder they're smiling, these Barcelona players, Steve, because they win the game by 4 goals to 0.
Yeah, very accomplished performance, very professional. They've done tonight what they've done for the majority of the year is cruise through games and scored another 4. An average of 3. They scored 4 tonight, and there's much more to come from this wonderful side.
They meet again at Signal Iduna Park next week when it finishes in Spain. Barcelona 4, Dortmund 0.
Thank you very much to Adam and Steve. A big win for Barcelona. Some bad news for Aston Villa fans at the moment, though, because in stoppage time in Paris, they have conceded again. A Nuno Mendes goal in the 92nd minute in that game means it's 3-1 to the Parisians in that tie. Villa thought that they were going to be just a goal in it heading back to Villa Park, but PSG bringing that 3-1 advantage back. For Barca, though, they are on course to progress past the last stage of this competition for the first time since 2019. That huge 4-0 lead to bring back to Germany, so they've got nothing to fear in front of that yellow wall, having won 23 games unbeaten in all competitions, and that second leg next week is in Germany, live on TNT Sports on the 15th of April. Karen Carney and Owen Hargreaves are watching with me in the studio. And Karen, just how good, how entertaining are that Barcelona side to watch?
The front three are just exquisite. They're just ruthless, aren't they? And we thought, we called it, didn't we? I mean, we said it was going to be a long evening for Dortmund. Could they keep defence tight? Could they keep that front three quiet? And the answer was no, and probably it should have been a lot more, really. But I know it's about the team. The Barcelona team is, you know, they're all united. The manager's got them all ticking. But for me, it's about having that front three in the sense they.
Yeah, I don't think they have a weakness into it. It's just a brilliant sign. Obviously, a difficult day for Dortmund. It's been a long season for them, and you know this was really their only hope. Can they find a way to make some noise like they did last season?
Great support as always.
They had some of the best supporters.